You think that they would learn from watching their fellow influencers literally eat themselves to death, that this is not the path to go down, but they don't. They just continue trying to make the world accommodate them. Speaking of people that don't lack any self control, here is a fat influencer criticizing a theme park for not offering plus size rides. Is she right? No, no, she isn't. I don't even have to watch the video to know she's not right. You know what they should have for the rides? Instead of seeing if the seat can clamp down, they just have, when you enter the theme park, a scale. And if you weigh more than the required weight for your height, that you're just not allowed in the park. Or, another possibility is a passageway that if you can't fit through it, then that just means you're not allowed to ride on any of the rides. I think that would be the most effective way to deal with some of these fat influencers. Shame them at the door. And when they lose weight and they could fit through the entryway or step on the scale and it reads the appropriate weight, then they could be admitted to the park. I think that would work. I think that would be very effective. I do. Yeah, I do. Or maybe just starting to place like a tax on being obese, a fat tax. I think there's a place in China, or China does that. I think that's great. Some Asian country does it. I think that's awesome. Yes, let's do fat taxes. If you want, a plus size drink, you're going to pay an extra tax on it. If you want to get extra large shirts and you're not a bodybuilder, you're going to pay a fat tax on it. Like all these things, just tax it. Make all the clothes more expensive too. That's another thing too. Why are shirts that are extra large the same price as like shirts that are large or small? That doesn't make any sense to me. No, you're using more fabric to make the other shirt, so it should cost a little bit more. I'm not saying like crazy discrepancies, but a little more than the other shirts. Maybe that would incentivize people to lose weight. Maybe that would be a good indicator. Say, I don't want to pay more money for my shirts or my clothing. Maybe I'll just lose a little bit of weight instead of, or giving at least, thin people discounts on their products. Sounds mean, sounds cruel, but more than 40% of America is overweight, and it's a huge problem that needs to be solved sooner than later, because guess what? I don't want people to die from heart attacks. I don't. I would prefer people live long, healthy, prosperous lives where they can enjoy everything this life has to offer. Also, just losing weight feels good. It feels good to not be carrying around extra weight. I've lost 15 pounds in the past year and I feel great. I feel amazing. And I just lost 15 pounds. Imagine shedding 50 to 80 to 100 pounds. You feel like a different person, especially if you're a parent. See, I could not be a fat parent because it would bother me to not be able to keep up with my kids, to not have energy to engage and play and roughhouse and just interact with them. That would bother me. I want to be somebody who's able to engage with my kiddos. I want to be somebody that has enough energy and isn't struggling to breathe just from chasing them around the yard. I want to be that type of person, which is why eating healthy and also limiting the amount of food that I eat is really important. And honestly, I've just had it up to here with these stupid fat influencers. They piss me off. It rubs me the wrong way. Yeah, and you had this woman, and I don't think this is the same woman that I've covered in the past. This is a new fat influencer. It's like every time one dies from overeating on a live stream, another one spawns in their place. And you'd think that they would learn. You think that they would learn from watching their fellow influencers literally eat themselves to death, that this is not the path to go down, but they don't. They just continue trying to make the world accommodate them, accommodate their needs, instead of looking inside themselves and asking themselves the question, hey, maybe the problem is me. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I need to step back and evaluate the decisions that I'm making. Maybe I need to demonstrate a little bit of self control. So, my encouragement to those of you who have been spending time trying to get the world to accommodate you, take a look in the mirror, reevaluate your life, and make a priority, make a decision to commit yourself to losing weight and do it.
Do it!
Don't wait, do it. Start losing weight now. Start counting your calories now. And for those of you who say, I count my reducing calorie intake doesn't work, shut up. Yes, it does. It works. It works because I do it. If you burn more calories than you eat, you will lose weight. It's just science. That's just the case. That's just reality, okay? If I put you on an island and limited your caloric intake, you would lose weight. I guarantee you would lose weight. It would be impossible for you to not lose weight. So the problem is not that reducing your calories doesn't work. The problem is you are eating and consuming more calories than you realize, which is why you should track your calories. Get a little calorie counting app and start counting those calories. And you don't even have to do it forever, because after you do it for a while, you get a pretty good idea. Sometimes you still have to look it up, how many calories are in certain items, and you can kind of gauge loosely how much of something you can eat during a day. And if you go over a little bit, then just go for a quick run. Just run a little bit or exercise. Do some high anaerobic exercise. And that's also something. Start exercising regularly. Make that part of your lifestyle. Build up. Start taking daily walks. Start with 5,000 steps. Once you get 5,000 steps, move on to 10,000 steps every single day. I promise you will lose weight. Guaranteed.